Welcome to Life Mastery for Women. I'm your host, Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. I've been studying mind mastery and emotional management and energy work and its connection to spirituality for over 25 years. And in this podcast, I help guide you out of your daily struggles in life in the areas of health, wealth, relationships, and spirituality. Life is hard, but your daily growth doesn't have to be. Join me 3 times a week as I lead you inward on a healing, connecting, and creating journey. Let's go get that nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I'm finding you making the choice. If you are not making the choice, it is my intention that in today's episode I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. What am I talking about? The choice. Every single one of us has an obstacle in our way, the something that we need to have moved so we can move to the next level. It's the big boss in the video game. It is the other side of the fence. It is the other side of the mountain, the other side of the river, right? That is standing in our way of having the thing that we want. Well, there's lots of obstacles. One is, of course, knowing what you want. 2 is knowing the steps to get there and being able to intuitively gather the speed, the steps, the path, lighting up for you and making the decision. But the real first part is making the choice. Now, the choice is about you deserving it. The choice is about you going after it. The choice is about you going, I'm not going to stand here and let my life collapse in front of me. I'm going to make a choice to do something about it. It's this momentum. It's this decision. It's this absolute, I'm going. I remember my mom's side of the family is Italian, so I grew up Catholic, at least for the first several years of my life. And then my mom decided to leave the Catholic religion or church and go to a Christian community. And so then mom's a born-again Christian and is in this different community. And so then I kind of follow her path because I'm living with her and I'm a young teenager. And I remember asking the priest when I was in the Catholic church, when he was saying something about following God's will and your purpose is basically laid out in front of you. And then your job as a human is to just basically follow these 10 commandments. And I remember, raising my hand in religion class and going, okay, why though? And he goes, well, it's because that's what the Bible says. And I'm like, okay, but why? What if I want to do something different? And he says, well, then that basically equals hell. And in that moment, I was probably in 4th grade. And in that moment, I'm thinking, what the hell? And how freaking hard is that? And, oh yeah, by the way, I'm human. And, oh yeah, by the way, what if I don't know what God's will is? And, oh yeah, by the way, what if I want something different? Because then at the same time, I'm living in a household with a single mother who's having a hard time raising the 2 kids. My dad's not around that much. And I'm, being picked on. I'm being bullied. I'm being teased every single day at school. My brother is being absolutely relentlessly picked on in his experience with his classroom. And I'm thinking, we have these crappy lives. And though, don't get me wrong, I love my mom to death. And I absolutely commend her for what she did in taking care of us. And some of the choices were scary. And some of the choices, she made some mistakes and she did some scary things as it relates to me and my brother. But we survived and, we're doing okay. And my mom's doing okay, right? But I'm like, but I want something more for my life. I don't want to be the kid that's picked on all the time and teased. And then I have this crappy life and no money and no real future. And I'm not that smart and I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going. I want something big and bold. Like I am meant for something great. And whether you feel the same way or not, you still have a choice. And in that choosing, you get to drive. You get to get in the car and go where you want to go. You get to decide how you want your life to unfold. And you're sitting there going, yeah, but Jen, you don't understand. You don't understand my upbringing. You don't understand my situation. You don't understand my job or my husband or my kids. You don't understand my boss. It doesn't matter if I understand those things. We all have the same skill set. We all have the same abilities. We all have blood running through our veins. We all have the ability to heal our body, and we all have the ability to choose something different. And in the choosing of something different, you have to become something different. So how do we do that? The biggest and the most powerful thing you can do is to start getting connected to you, connecting to yourself on a deeper level. And how do we do that? We go inward in the quiet. We go into the big, vast space that is our energy system, our emotional system. This is not where we tell the story of our lives and how miserable we are and how we don't have love or money or healing or success or anything. It's not where we go in and retell the story. It is going into the gap, the blank space in our energy and getting familiar with that space. And I can hear Amy saying, yeah, but okay, what if I go in there and I don't see anything? What if I don't feel anything? What if I don't sense anything? Yeah, that was me years and years ago, that I could not sense anything. I couldn't feel anything, but I did it and I kept doing it. Now I have this amazing connection with my intuition, my guides, my higher purpose. I can bring in different perspectives and different answers and guidance and support and messages about my life and where I'm going. So I am uncovering the map. No matter where I choose to go, no matter the kind of life that I choose to live, I know that innately in my energy, I have a choice. And you have a choice. What are you going to do with this life? Now, I don't know about you, and I don't know what I believe about past lives or other, experiencing other lives going forward. All I know is I remember this one. And if I've lived 7,500 lives before, I don't remember them. And all I remember is this one in this moment where I'm sitting in my recording studio. I'm looking out into my backyard, watching the snow melt off the roof and puddle itself on the patio outside my slider door, and watching all the snow and seeing the trees and the sunset. That's what I know right now. And I know that every day I get up, I have a choice to make. How am I going to approach this day? Am I going to be reactive, or am I going to be responding? Am I going to be in this entanglement of my environment that I've already created, or am I going to have introspection? And if I choose introspection, then it makes more sense to me to continue to practice introspection. It makes more sense to me to go inward as much as possible to find the solutions, to go in and see what I can do, get the guidance, figure out, am I turning left or am I turning right, looking at my GPS all the time. When I go inward and I connect intuitively, I get nudges throughout the day. Maybe I don't get a direct call right in that moment when I connect. Maybe I have to leave a message, but then later I get the intuitive nudges. Go this way or do this thing. I get this creative sense about me. The opportunities come knocking. This is me bringing my future closer to me. I want to give a little bit of an epiphany that I'm sure I've already talked about, even though when I do my studies, I read books, I listen to lots of, either books on CD, or, books on audio or whatever. And I listen to those authors read their own books, and I listen to interviews with those authors, and I read the book, and I study, and I take their course, and I read their ebook, and I do whatever I can to learn the lesson. And for the most part, what I hear is the same message over and over and over again. And by the 1,000th time I've heard the message, somewhere in there it clicks. And I go, okay, it's time to start practicing. Because time and time goes by and I haven't implemented what I'm learning. Are you implementing what you're learning? Are you going inward? Are you meditating? Do you have a regular practice? And if you don't, why not? If you are waking up every day, if you're choosing to wake up to this present moment and allow your life to shift from what you've been living in the past to begin to shift towards your future, what are you doing? What are you experiencing? What are the epiphanies? And here's the thing. If I decide to become something different, I'm going to do that through my energy, not through my mental faculties, not through my thought alone, which is why affirmations don't work. If you don't get it down into the body, it is not going to communicate with the universe what it is that you want. And if you come out of that meditative state and you get back into the groove of your past programming, you're still not going to manifest the thing. You're not going to get the healing. You're not going to get the job, the guy, the money, the health. It's just not going to work because your feeling state is what you're recreating. So you have to get your brain down into your body to start shifting your energy. When your energy shifts, that's when you become something different. You become someone different. And when you become someone different, your behaviors change, your words change, your beliefs change, your thoughts and your actions. All of that changes, then therefore you're on a new path. You've created a parallel timeline. So how do we do that? So one of the things that I'm going to encourage you to do in this episode is to choose you, to choose that your life and this life that you're living currently is amazing, and you're going to start directing your energy to a new you, no matter what that is that you want. So directing yourself to a new form, a new way of thinking. And how do we do that? I'm going to suggest that you begin a meditation practice of going inward, and you're going to spend 10 minutes 3 times a day, every single day, going inward. Have you ever started anything? You ever took up a new hobby, playing the piano, the guitar, painting, pottery making, sewing, riding a bike, learning a new skill, tap dancing, whatever the thing is? And if you do it once a week, how successful are you at the end of the month? Probably not very successful. A little bit, maybe. Depends on what the thing is and how much skill you have prior to that. What if you did it 3 times a day? At the end of the month, how much success do you have? How much better are you at the thing? Much better, because you've been practicing. Now, here's a story. I've been wanting an acoustic guitar for a long time. And over a year ago, December 2021, I got a guitar for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. I love the sound of it. I love the feel of it. I love everything about it, except I can't play it. I suck at it. I really cannot. It has not clicked with me. I don't have this natural ability for music. I like it. I love music. But I'm just not good at like creating it. And then of course, holding my hands are weird, and trying to hold the notes and make a chord. I'm like, I don't understand what I'm doing. And so I'm watching all these YouTube videos, and then I'd get frustrated and put the thing away for months and then get it back out. And I'm like, okay, I learned this one little song, which I'm not going to tell you what the song is, but I learned this one little song, and then the next time I get the guitar out, I can't play the song. I still can't remember it. Well, my dad also plays the acoustic. Both my dads, my stepdad and my biological dad, both play the acoustic guitar. Now, my stepdad plays several instruments. He's very musically inclined, and he's not on the computer at all, and doesn't have a computer, doesn't have YouTube, no sign in, no login, no email, no nothing. And but he has learned all of these instruments: harmonicas, the oboe, the French horn, I said harmonica, the keyboard, the guitar, an electric guitar, a bass guitar. He has a banjo. So he knows how to play all of these instruments. And it's amazing, right? My biological dad also plays the guitar, but he's tech savvy. So he'll send me videos, and we text back and forth, and he'll send me a little ditty that he's doing. And so it's a video of him playing the guitar, and he's kind of giving me these little teaching lessons. And he goes, I think the best thing for you to do is to practice every single day for 10 minutes. Make that a promise to yourself. And I'm like, you know what, Dad, that's an amazing thing. You're absolutely right, because I teach my clients to do that. And I say, get in there and practice every single day. And pretty soon at the end of the week, you're going to feel more and more confident, and you're going to get bigger and bigger epiphanies. So I said, it's a great idea. So I start learning this little tiny song, the one I'm not going to tell you about. And it is a childhood song. It's one of my very, very favorite songs. I used to sing it all the time when I was riding the bus when I was a little girl. And now I can play it. And I started 10 minutes a day, every single day. And of course, that 10 minutes rolled into 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever. And I just love it. My fingers are kind of grabbing the notes a little bit better. It's becoming a little bit easier. And now this is the first year I had the guitar. I think I practiced, I don't know, really a handful of times, like hardly 5 or 6 times. Already this year, since now this last Christmas, as I've been practicing more and more and more. I've already probably practiced 20 times. Well, I'm already better, right? So that's my encouragement to you, is this is a new skill. Going inward and assessing the chakras, or just paying attention to your heart, or just trying to move your awareness around inside your body and closing down the body's urge to get up and move, to get up and do something else, and to engage with the environment, right? It's also a way for you to connect at a deeper level. The more you do that, the more your intuition is going to come through. But here's what happens. You try it a couple of times, you get frustrated that it didn't work or you weren't successful, and then you stop trying. Or you sink back into your old habits and you forget. You forget about doing it until months later you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I need to meditate. What we say is you fall back to sleep. So what I'm encouraging is 10 minutes a day. Make that choice. You deserve it. You deserve for your life to start unfolding in this magical way because our mind has a purpose and creating your life is not one of them. Managing your mind or mastering your mind to manage your emotions and your emotional state and recognize when you're in discord with your mind and your body and getting back into harmony, you will start creating magic in your life. Not only will you get ideas and creative spurts, but you will get messages and guidance. Your path will light up, possibilities, opportunities will start knocking on your door. You'll get a call the next day for a big job. You'll get a big idea about how you can talk to your teenager about, trouble they're having at school. You'll get a promotion, you'll get a raise, you'll get a check in the mail. You'll get all of these things will start becoming magical. And then what happens is you gain confidence in what you're doing and you keep doing it. So here's my suggestion. Here's my invite to you is 10 minutes a day, 3 times a day. At 10 minutes, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 in the evening before you go to bed. The focus here is gratitude, is going in there and repeating the words thank you and allowing the momentum of the words thank you to create more things to be appreciative of. Because as you are saying the words thank you, you will start to find things to be grateful for. So I go in and I bring my awareness behind my eyes, and in there I'm breathing and focusing and kind of feeling my abdomen and my chest, filling with air. And then I focus on my heart space. And I ask my heart to open. I ask myself and my energy to be in coherence with what I'm sending it. And so then I go, thank you, and I just repeat it over and over and over again. And then pretty soon I'm just flooded with thank you for my house, thank you for my partner, thank you for my dogs, thank you for my yard, thank you for my car, thank you for a beautiful day, thank you for the stars, thank you for the sun. And it just keeps going and going and going. Pretty soon what I start feeling in my body, and this might be different for you, but this is what I experience, is my heart starts getting bigger. Like I can feel it growing. And what it is it's creating an energy of receiving. It's putting me in receiving mode. When we are saying thank you and feeling gratitude, it's because we're getting something. We're receiving something. And as we're in receiving mode, we are now opening ourselves up magnetically for opportunities and possibilities to come into our life. But when we're saying things like, I don't like, and I don't want, and I can't, and I hate, and I'm so, and I never, and I always, and we're saying all those things, we're blocking ourselves from being in that receiving mode. When we're in receiving mode, our energy goes out away from us and says, bring me some of these things to be grateful for. In this place, when your heart opens, that's where you can install the thing that you want. You want the new relationship. You want your current relationship to get better. You want a healing. You want more money. You want a better job. You want traveling. You want whatever you want. Then that's where you kind of install that, is in that receiving space. Because here's what happens if you are feeling negative or you're feeling lack and you try to install something from that place, you're blocking it. It's not getting out of your mind and into your body. And if it is getting in your body, it's coming out as you kinking the hose. It is not coming out in a way that sends out the message of gratitude. You must install that emotional state. You must install it. And words have energy. They have frequency. They have vibration that is measurable by science. And certain tools can measure the frequency wave of the word love versus the word hate, or the word thank you over the word fear, or the word I can versus I can't. And those frequencies that go out into the universe are bringing you more of what you're experiencing currently. And if you're experiencing lack, and then you're trying to say, I want a new car, from the place of lack, you're just going to get what you already have, which is the past being recreated on your sidewalk of life. And what I'm asking you to do is to get in that place of gratitude. Now, here's the thing. I remember this was several years ago. I would say probably like 2009. I remember joining a coaching program, and I really liked this gal that was teaching this program, and I made a lot of friends really fast. The community was great. The calls were great. They were a lot of fun. And I remember when I signed up for this class or signed up for this program, she sent us gifts in the mail, and we got like a little box of like chakra stones, and we got a journal, and we got like a chakra bracelet maybe or something. And then we got this book on how to create gratitude in your life. And here's where I was back then. That book was appalling to me. Like, I was so opposite whatever that was, that I literally threw that book in the trash. Like within 24 hours of getting it, I was like angry that she sent it to me. And I just had this movement about it. Well, my life back then was very, very much anchored in lack. And I was doing everything I can as a businesswoman, as someone I was becoming a personal trainer then, and I wanted to bring a different aspect to my training and to my clients. And it was like, how dare she send me this book? How dare she assume that I'm not in gratitude? Just because I threw that book away tells me exactly I was not in gratitude. How do you feel about that word? Speaks volumes about where your energy is. And if you are not in that place of gratitude, you will not be able to open your heart to be receiving. So I ask you, spend 10 minutes 3 times a day. If you are ready to shift your life, if you are ready to experience the magic that happens when we align with that which we are, which is our internal being, that internal energy, and you get in that place of gratitude, things are going to start coming to you that are going to unfold in magical ways. Phone calls and serendipities and possibilities. Remember all the E's. And you're going to get to that space that is so beautiful that you're not going to let life ever knock you out of that harmony and that balance. That you're going to go, I'm just going to be excited about getting out of bed because this is amazing. And I 100% love this. And I can't wait to see what today brings me. That's where you're going to get. But that's my challenge. 3 times a day for 10 minutes, being in that place of gratitude, going into your heart space, allowing your body to open, allowing your heart to open and getting into receiving mode, and keep going. Don't give up doing this, because when I started it back then, I would do it here and there and over there. And I'm like, okay, I'd go into pretend a meditative state, and then it'd be 20 minutes and the buzzer would go off. I'm like, okay, did I do it? I know now if I did it. I know now if I got into that meditative state, because I get guidance, I get possibility, I get this excitement about my future, I get into alignment, I get in the flow, and I want you to feel the same thing. But listen, from where you are right now, as you are listening to these words, you have a choice, and you can choose every single day to become that which you want. You get to become the person that you know you are deep inside. Thanks for listening. And if you were inspired by this episode and are looking for healing, transformational growth, and a community to show up in, then please join me on Facebook under Jen Mac, JenMac. Friend me and follow me. You can also reach out to me via Messenger to see when my next program begins, so we can work together to bring about your healing, deepen your connections, and start to create your bold, beautiful life. Also, if you are inspired by my podcast, please share your opinion in a review so others can be inspired too. Keep growing, going, and transforming, and keep looking for those nuggets of inspiration.